Hey guys, how you doing? I've had a few people reach out privately and ask me what I do, what does a typical training week look like for me? So I thought I'd go through that very quickly. Um, every morning I'll get up and do quarter of an hour, 20 minutes stretching. You can call it yoga, but I'd call it stretching because I'm not going through all the, specific breathing stuff. So I'll do that first thing every morning because I usually wake up kind of stiff and broken, like the 54-year-old guy that I am. So I like to start the day doing that. Sometimes, actually, usually I'll walk the dog first, right? So it depends. I like to warm up before I do any sort of stretching or anything like that. So I'll take the dog out for like a half-hour walk. I come back, my body's already warm. I'll jump on the mat. I'll spend quarter of an hour doing stretching like that. Then I'll have breakfast. I'll wait an hour or two, hour and a half, something like that. And then typically I'll go out running, bike riding, or I might go to the gym. But usually, most of the time, I'm doing aerobic type stuff in the morning. And if I'm going out riding on my mountain bike, I'll be out for 90 minutes to 2 hours. I don't usually ride much longer than that. If I go away, I will, but like typically each morning I'll ride for like 90 minutes to 2 hours. Not crazy hard, I do some intervals and stuff because mountain biking's all intervals, so that's really useful. So I do all my cardio stuff kind of in the morning, and then I'll rest for a couple of hours, answer emails, do all the businessy kind of things that I have to do. And then lunchtime, I'll dedicate 35 to 45 minutes, sometimes up to an hour, but not usually an hour. I'll do stretching, yeah. So yoga kind of stretching. I'll spend a lot of time stretching because in a few hours' time, I'll be teaching most nights. So I do both of the kids' classes. I take both the kids' classes, running around with them, letting them throw you over and over and over again and running around the room like a mental person. It's really hard on your body. It's much harder on your body than taking an adult's class, right? Where you don't have to do all that stuff. So to all the kids coaches out there, then I empathize with you because it's very hard work. So yeah, I get my body prepared because there's not much time when I'm at the gym. So I'll do 45 minutes or so stretching, a few hours before I start teaching. More businessy stuff, eat, nap, stuff like that. Get ready for a big night of teaching, and then I'll have my kids' classes, which I run around like a mental person with the kids, and then adults class. When it comes to rolling, I'll roll. My doctor's told me not to roll at all. He said I should just be walking with the state of my body. But so I'll usually roll twice a week, something like that. And I don't roll hard, I don't flow roll, but I choose my partners. I make sure that it's not somebody big and heavy. I'm always recovering from injuries. I am a walking injury, so my thing is just to have fun and keep my body moving on the mat. I'm not out trying to beat anybody or win anything or do anything like that. I enjoy learning, like I go to friends' academies and I love, learning new things because there's just so much to learn in jiu-jitsu. So I like doing that. So I start every day stretching, walking the dog, yoga and stretching at lunch, and then at night, then I'm teaching for 4 or 5 hours non-stop, and that in itself is quite a workout. Not intense, but just long and arduous and stuff like that. It is kind of hard on your body. So then I'll get home, have a hot shower, and have something to eat, wait like 40 minutes or so. I don't like stretching immediately after exercise. I know I've always kind of done it, but now I prefer to wait an hour or two and let my body relax a little bit, and then stretch more. Like I dedicate a period of time to stretching, not just like a little bit of stretching 10-15 minutes after class while I'm still drenched in sweat. I don't like cooling down with sweat on my body, especially when it's cooler over here. So I like to have dedicated stretching sessions, even if it's a little bit late at night, kind of relaxes my body. I'll, before I go to bed, and I'll be doing some light stretching and stuff like that. Weights wise, once a week I go to a commercial gym, do a full body workout. That takes a couple of hours. I usually do that on a Monday, right at the very start of the week when I'm pretty fresh, because Sunday for the most part is a rest day. So I try and have like 2 hard days, 2 medium, 2 easy, and a rest day. Rest days, I'm not a fan of resting. I'm pretty hyperactive, but the wife and I'll go out hiking for 2 or 3 hours on a Sunday or something like that. Go for a walk on the beach, do a bit more stretching, do some core work, things like that. So like that for me would be an easy day. And then comes Monday, wake up in the morning, walk the dog, do my stretching, go to the gym, couple of hours, pretty hard. I've only got to teach 1 or 2 classes that night on Monday night, so I've got plenty of recovery time, and it's pretty mellow. Monday nights is pretty relaxed. Everyone's kind of got Monday-itis and they're not expecting a terribly hard class. I might have a kids class, like it's an optional thing. Sometimes I run like a women's self-defense class or a kids self-defense class. Again, it's pretty low-key and doesn't involve a lot of energy. And then, Tuesdays, medium. Wednesdays generally hard. Thursdays, medium. Friday, depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'm really knackered on a Friday after a hard week of training, and so I might just go out for a really easy ride for like an hour or 90 minutes, but really easy, like low key, no jumps, no sprinting and stuff. I'll cruise around in the forest. I might sit down and do a video for one of my other channels for a biking thing or something like that. But very, very, very low key, easy day. Try and relax and maybe go to the movies with the wife that night, and then up early for Saturday, teaching on Saturday. So Saturday I'm up pretty early because the class starts at 8 o'clock. Over summer, class sometimes starts at like 6. So I won't have breakfast. I won't eat until probably like 11 o'clock or something like that. And so I'm usually pretty tired Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, mostly because I haven't eaten in the morning. I hate eating before exercise. So if I'm up early, especially in the morning, I'm not a fan. I do have breakfast, but then I'll wait like 90 minutes minimum before I start going to do anything. I've never liked, I was a professional mountain biker and did a lot of road miles for a while, 10 years. And then I struggle to eat on the bike. It's something digestion and exercise to me, like, just don't work together. I really don't like the sensation. I feel kind of vomity and stuff like that. I don't like it. And you guys will know, because I'm like, sometimes hopefully not burping during my videos, but I'm a little bit croaky after having breakfast and stuff like that, a little bit phlegmy from the milk and things like that. So my preference is to like wait at least 2 hours before I do any sort of like serious exercise. If I'm running and jumping around with the kids and stuff like that, then I really want to have like a couple of chocolate biscuits, like 90 minutes before is not bad. Very low in fiber, high in calories. It's got a bit of fat and sugar mixed in together, so it's not like a super fast release. It kind of satisfies my blood sugar levels for a little while I go crazy, and then, because it'll be 5 hours or 6 hours before I eat again. So anyway, that's kind of what my training week looks like. 2 hard days, 2 medium, 2 easy, and a rest day. That's ideal. I often do more rather than less. I like doing a lot of aerobic stuff. It's super good for your heart. I like to get outdoors. I don't do my aerobic stuff inside. I'm always like out running in the forest. I'm out biking in the forest. I'm hiking in the forest. I like forests. I spent, years working as a mountain bike trail builder, so I love being out in nature. And with teaching indoors and training indoors a lot, then, it's a nice escape for me. So I hope that helps for all the older guys out there. Then I mentioned in another video about maintaining your triangle, between strength and fitness and flexibility. And, that's really kind of what I'm aiming for. Like, I spend a lot of time just trying to maintain what I have. So a lot of people who've known me for 20 years reckon that I haven't changed. I've got a few grey hairs, but in terms of what I look like, I mean, physiologically, I'm a little bit different. I'm not quite as muscular. I'm a little bit chubbier. But I'm really fit for my age because I've just kept doing the same thing or trying to maintain the same level of flexibility, the same level of fitness, and the same level of strength. So I'm not trying to increase my strength. I'm not trying to increase my flexibility, and I'm not trying to increase my fitness. I'm just trying to maintain everything. You know, like I was at a seminar the other day and I said to one of the guys who was like 45 or something, I go, if you look the way you look now at 80, would you be happy? And he goes, of course. I go, well, make that your goal. Yeah. Like, you don't have to go crazy in the gym and start deadlifting 500 kilos and trying to set Instagram records and be famous on Instagram for doing silly things. Or, you know, I'm not a fan of these push-up challenges for charities and stuff like that. You know, people that don't usually do push-ups. Then, I mean, the only people that really benefit are all the physiotherapists out there. I'm great, donate, send some money, give a shout out to a particular charity. But if you start suddenly doing dozens or hundreds of push-ups like every single day, which is not recommended, you're just going to blow your shoulders out, and then you're going to go and spend all the money you could have donated to charity on a physio, right? So I would just go, okay, if you feel really strongly about a particular charity, then go donate $50 or $100 and save your shoulders. Yeah, like, don't do silly things like that. In my personal opinion, of course, right? Having seen plenty of people who go out and do things like this, then come into the gym and say their shoulders wrecked and they have to have physio, or there'll be a sit-up challenge and then somebody's done something else to themselves, or a chin-up challenge when they're not used to it. So moderation is the key as you're getting older. Try and maintain that equilibrium and that triangle as best you can. If you're not very flexible, we'll work on your flexibility a little bit, you know, but you don't have to be like 10th planet flexible. If you're not very strong, then maybe do a little bit of weight training, whether it's at home, whether it's at a gym, you know, but you don't have to be spastic strong, you know. And then if you're a little bit chubby and you could lose a little bit of weight, well, start walking and hiking, and then maybe in a few months' time start jogging a little bit. But hiking is awesome, you know. Throw a pack on that's got your food and water and maybe a 5 or 10 kilo weight in it, and go out hiking for a few hours with your friends or your wife, and you'll be surprised how much fitness it requires, especially if you're not walking on a hiking trail. If you walk on a hiking trail and if you've got reasonable ankles and knees, I suggest like hiking immediately, like straight up the mountain, you know, amongst all the rocks, amongst all the fallen over trees and everything like that. You know, it's super good for your body. It's really good for developing of your proprioception in your ankles. It's really good for knee stability. It's awesome for your core. And if you want a functional fitness workout, like, you can't get much better than that. And if you want it better than that, and that's not enough, while you're hiking up one of these hills that has no trail, grab yourself a decent sized rock of 15 kilos or 20 kilo rock, you know, hug that to your chest and then climb up like that, and maybe put that down, pick up that rock or another one again and carry it somewhere else, you know. So when I was trail building, that sort of functional fitness stuff that we did every day was incredible. You know, I mean, I got to nearly 100 kilos. I was a little bit chubbier, but I was like jacked from doing stuff like that all the time. So it's a really useful way to train, and it's cheap. Well, it's pretty much free. You can go, you got to drive there maybe, or, you know, once you're in the forest, you're in the forest. There's rocks everywhere. You can pick them up, carry them places. As long as you're not breaking any rules for where you live. But yeah, that's the sort of stuff that I like doing as well, for a bit of variety. Any questions about training for jiu-jitsu? My experiences, I've got a bit of a background in sports science. I've spent a long time doing a lot of different sports and programming for athletes in various sports. So feel free to reach out. Hope this helps somebody. And stay safe out there. Look after your body, and I'll see you on the mat.